Next question is question number 7. Question is, the office of the Prime Minister of Nigeria was first created by the office of the Prime Minister of Nigeria was first created by the dash. In the options, we have option A, about the Constitutional Conference of 1950. Option B, London Constitutional Conference of 1957. Option C, London Constitutional Conference of 1958. Option D, London Constitutional Conference of 1953. The right answer is option B, London Constitutional Conference of 1957. London Constitutional Conference of 1957. Option B is the right answer. The first Prime Minister was Tafawa Balewa. The first Prime Minister of Nigeria was Tafawa Balewa in 1957. And we are running a form of government called parliamentary system of government. In parliamentary system of government, the head of the state is different from the head of the government. Was the head of the government. While the president, in person of Nnamdi Azikiwe, was the head of the state, and he's there to perform functions which we call ceremonial functions. Prior to our independence, Nnamdi Azikiwe was representing the Queen of England as the president of Nigeria. The right answer to question number 7 is option B, London Constitutional Conference of 1957. Next question is question number 8. The next question is question number 8. Question number 8 says, which of the following aroused and promoted nationalities feeling among Nigeria? Which of the following aroused and promoted nationalities feeling among Nigeria? In the options, we have option A, slave trade, indirect rule, and amalgamation. Option B, economic exploitation, racial discrimination, and political parties. Option C, communal riots, news, media and religious differences. Option D, traditional rulers, district officers, and governor generals. To you, which of the following arose and promoted nationalities feeling among Nigeria? Let us highlight some of the items in the options. In option A, we have slave trade, indirect rule, and amalgamation. Slave trade refers to the forced capture, sale, and exploitation of people, treating them as property, often for labor or other forms of exploitation. It was first abolished in 1807 by the British Parliament. Indirect rule refers to a system of government where a central authority exercises control through local leaders or intermediaries rather than directly administering the territory. First introduced in Nigeria in 1906 in the northern part of Nigeria. Amalgamation is the merger of the northern Nigeria and southern Nigeria. It was done in the year 1914. Nigeria was amalgamated in the year 1914. Before then, there was nothing like Nigeria. Option B, we have economic exploitation, racial discrimination, and political parties. Yes, option B is the right answer. Economic exploitation, racial discrimination, and formation of political parties. The first political party was founded in the year 1923 after the introduction of elective principle by the Clifford Constitution of 1922. B is the right answer. This question is question number 9. The question says, the Queen of England ceased to be the head of state of Nigeria at. The Queen of England ceased to be the head of state of Nigeria at. Options: option A, at independence of October 1960. Option B, at the attainment of self-government by the regions. Option C, at the adoption of the Republican Constitution in October 1963. Option C, at the inception of the presidential system in October 1979. The right answer is option C, at the adoption of the Republican Constitution in October 1963. After our independence in 1960, the Queen of England is still the head of state of Nigeria, and she's being represented by Nnamdi Azikiwe, the president then. But when we obtained our Republican in 1963, she ceased to be the head of state of Nigeria. So the right answer is option C. The right answer is option C, at the adoption of the Republican Constitution of October 1963. Next question is question number 10. The question says, in the Hausa pre-colonial political system, spiritual and political powers were vested in the options: option A, Emi; option B, Madawaki; option C, Galadima; option D, Waziri. Emir is a political head of the Hausa Fulani pre-colonial administration. Emir is a political head of the Hausa Fulani pre-colonial administration. Madawaki is the commander of the army or commander of the cavalry. Galadima is the administrator of the capital. Galadima is the administrator of the capital. Waziri is the senior official, the emir's administrative advisor who acted as the prime minister. Another word for the waziri is the prime minister. Right answer is option A, emir. Question is question in number 11. The next question is question number 11. The question says, a member of the Commonwealth that was not colonized by Britain is. A member of a Commonwealth that was not colonized by Britain is. So we have option A, Malaysia; option B, Uganda; option C, Mozambique; option D, Jamaica. The Commonwealth is a voluntary association of the independent countries of the former British Empire. The Commonwealth is the voluntary association of the independent countries of the former British Empire. Members of the Commonwealth were those countries that were once colonized by the Britain, or those countries that were British colonies. Mozambique is the right answer. Other countries were once British colonies. It's only Mozambique that was not a British colony in those colonial era. So the right answer is option C, Mozambique. This question is question number 12. Question says, prior to 1966, system of local government in Western region is based on the 30-tier structure of option A, native authority, division and district councils; option B, district, local and area councils; option C, division, district and local councils; option D, province, district and local councils. The right answer is A, native authority, division and district councils. That's the right answer. Native authority, division and district councils. Option A. This question is question number 13. Nationalism in Nigeria was facilitated by. Nationalism in Nigeria was facilitated by. Question number 13. Nationalism in Nigeria was facilitated by. Option A. The actions of the veterans of the two world wars and traditional rulers. B. The activities of Christian churches and missionaries. Option C, education and urbanization. Option D, rapid economic growth. Question is, nationalism in Nigeria was facilitated by. First of all, what do we mean by nationalism? Nationalism, according to KBC Omobiko, which he defined in African context as the patriotic sentiment or activity on the part of groups of Africans held together by the bonds of common language and common historic experience to assert their right to live under a government of their own, making for the preservation of their political, economic, and social interests. Nationalist is one who is ready to die in order to save his or her country. And the father of nationalism in Nigeria is Herbert Macaulay. He is also the founder of the first political party in Nigeria called NNDP. Western education and urbanization played prominent role in facilitating nationalism in Nigeria. Western education provided a common language with which West African nationalists used to fight colonialism. It also enlightened people of West Africa to the evils in colonialism, and that colonial rule was synonymous with violence, which must be removed. Urbanization also played a prominent role. The rapid growth of urbanization and its resultant unemployment unified West Africans and sparked off nationalist activities. So the right answer is option C. Western education and urbanization is the right answer, option C. This question is question number 14. Question is, the organ responsible for the general administration of ECOWAS, the dash. The organ responsible for the general administration of ECOWAS is the dash. We have executive secretariat. B, Council of Ministers, Authority of Heads of State and Government. Option D, Tribunal of the Community. Right answer is option A, Executive Secretariat. It is the Executive Secretariat that oversees the day-to-day running of the organization. The name of the current Secretary General of ECOWAS is Omar Toure from Gambia. He is the person that supervises the day-to-day running of the organization. ECOWAS is a regional organization. It was founded in the year 1975. The administrative headquarters of ECOWAS is in Nigeria, while the financial headquarters is in Lome, Togo.